they would drop me at, those are the days you could do that. Drop the kid for 50 cents all day, and they would see 2 vaudeville shows and 3 movies, and I wanted to get Sinatra's autograph. And I left it with some, he promised to send me a card.
Right.
It wasn't him, but his, the guy that stood outside the door. And every day I'd look and I'd look in the mail. Where's my Sinatra thing? And I remember I got a postcard that said, "Hi Arlene, best of luck, Frank Sinatra." And I was like, oh, Frank Sinatra. I was a little girl, and I was so excited that Frank Sinatra, didn't know who the hell he was really, but Frank Sinatra. And years later, I was going through all these papers and stuff, and I saw it, and I said, "That's my father's handwriting."
Oh, goodness.
He didn't want me. He knew I wasn't going to get it.
To be disappointed.
Yeah, not to be disappointed. So he signed it, and I was a happy kid. But oh my God,
that's so sweet.
I know. But I think it's, and then he was another. Like I said, you have charisma, and you do. So there's not that many people have it. We have it. I know that.
Well, I'll never forget. I was
Sinatra had it too.
Yeah, I was going to meet Sinatra to audition for this movie. He was at the Fontainebleau in Florida, and I was playing with Don Rickles at the Eden Rock. And I got a missive that said, "Would you please come to Mr. Sinatra's hotel suite at 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow to read for his new Tony Rome film."
Yeah.
I go there and I read, and he was so wonderful to me, and he gave me the part right then and there. And that next night,
You and Tony Rome?
Yeah.
See, I didn't get. I have a whole page here.
Lady, it's called Lady
that we never got past. I mean, I still haven't got to John Voight yet.
But I have to tell you this. So I go to do my show, and he says, "Come see my show tonight." I said, "I can't because I'm doing my show." He said, "I'll wait for you."
Oh, and he had that.
"I'll wait for you," and he sent Jilly Rizzo and another kind of henchman to pick me up.
And they were.
To pick me up at my dressing room, or right when I got off the stage, and they ushered me across the road. The lights were up. I was walked to my seat, which was ringside, and the lights went down and the show started when I sat down. It was like unbelievable to me because I was such a Frank Sinatra fan, and then we became friends. When I was thinking of your name, like going back to Miami Beach, I swear we actually went back 40 years, a lot of years ago, when I remember my grandparents had a place down there too. It was like Miami in the sun, in the winter, and Atlantic City in the summer. Life. And I remember from the Nautilus to the Sea and Surf Coma. We lived at the Shore Club. Of course, I remember that around. What was it? We were down in the same thing. My grandfather's place in the 50s. Was on 14th and Ocean, or 12th and Ocean, which today is South Beach. Right. But I remember. And now the Shore Club. I remember years later, though. I'm talking. I was already, you were singing and all that. But I wanted to do an interview with Sammy Davis. Were you friends with him? No, I wouldn't consider myself friends. We were acquaintances. Because somehow we had a lot of social gatherings together, but I really wasn't a close friend. Although I was on a couple of his shows, and he and we danced together. Somehow I remember I met him, and somehow we're talking years and years. But you were there, and it was some sort of a connection with Sammy Davis and you, and I was, I don't know, just. I was going to interview. Debbie Allen was it when she did her, because I did her show for Debbie Allen. I danced and acted on her show and sang. You are you are, what was it, the epitome of an entertainer. Oh, I saw you that night, I first saw you at the Center Grill. And in fact, and this is the first time ever I'm going to do this, instead of playing my closing, which incidentally Steve Allen wrote for me. Did he? Yes. And it was really funny because the first opening, that I did, it was like elevator music.
and it was so not me. And so, and you know, of course, my friends, oh my God, you've got Steve Allen writing you a song. So I called him up and I said, Steve, it's really not me. It's just too calm. You know, can you do something else? And he, I mean, he could write a song in like 9 seconds.
Right.
You know, maybe, and a book would be in 12 minutes. So he said, yeah, sure. And he, you know, gave me another opening. And my friends were saying, only you have the chutzpah, you know, to tell Steve Allen that the first one he wrote for you, you didn't like. You want the second one. But today I'm going to run for my closing your song, The Man Who Got Away. And you have an album. What was your last album out?
My last album was produced by David Benoit, a wonderful jazz artist who actually was my conductor for 10 years, and my daughter sings with me on it.
And she's great. I saw her that night at the Center Grill.
Ah, well, you didn't come to the Catalina, did you?
Maybe it was the Catalina.
Just recently, like last month?
No.
Oh, I just played at the Catalina.
Will you invite me next time? I will be up there.
Of course I will.
And I will. In fact, you had a movie. I remember you did a movie once with Adam Sandler, The Zohar.
No.
No.
It's not once. It's just like a few weeks ago. You don't oh, I'm sorry. You don't mess with the Zohan.
Zohan, right.
And it's about...
is that Kabbalah, Zohan?
No, it's his name.
Oh, that was his name.
It's his name, and he's an Israeli terrorist.
Turned hairdresser.
Turned hairdresser, right. It's hysterical. And I play one of his love interests.
Oh, you did? That's right. Of course you did. Oh, he's done so well.
He's a bright boy, and he's a nice person.
Yeah, I
he's
met him.
He's a nice Jewish boy.
I met him at the Israel Film Festival, which I think we have a mutual friend there, Meir Ferenstein. Does the Israeli Film Festival.
Maybe.
And he had, I think at last year's, they had Sandler and maybe John Boyd, I think he was there. He's a very big supporter of Israel.
Isn't it
And
wonderful?
You were Woman of the Year in B'nai B'rith.
And
I was on the board, national board at the time of B'nai B'rith, yes.
And I also am writing down Fifth Avenue. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that.
Okay.
All right.
But no, you've done a lot of, I guess.
A lot of work for Israel.
Yeah. And
my family's from Jerusalem.
And I lived in Tel Aviv.
You did?
Yeah.
When?
Oh, about 10, 12 years ago. I've been there 26 times. I covered the war in Beirut. I do serious things, folks. I mean, I covered the war in Beirut June of '82. And I was again there in '93. When they went in, and I was in Lebanon.
Wow,
and,
you're a brave soul.
Well, yeah, I have such fond, it's sad to say fond memories, but I mean, there were 67,000 gorgeous, sex-starved Israeli soldiers and 4 female correspondents. I think it was the best odds I have ever had in my entire life, and will have. And you know, they would come over to you, I remember, with tanks. You know, I give you rose for a kiss. And I'm wearing my Single and Loving It T-shirt, and I'm like, God bless those Israelis. They're never too busy.
They're beautiful.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Beautiful men.
And
the women are pretty gorgeous, too.
Yeah, no, they are. I used to sit there, I'd be on the Tielet, which is like the 3rd Street Promenade. And they go by, and I say, oh, what gorgeous, gorgeous people. It's just, well, that's
when I did Delta Force, we were there for 3 months.
Oh, you must have had a ball there.
We were there for 3 months, staying at the Hilton.
I stayed there. I lived right down the street. I mean, like, really, I'd ride my bicycle. It was so funny. I belonged to the health club there. And I'd ride my bicycle in the morning from down the street where I was, and I'd park my bike and go to the health club. And it was so funny because, like, all the Yenzas would be, you know, there in the tour buses ready to go out. And the valet guy was a friend of mine. And they'd bring over my bike, you know, and the tour buses would be, what's she doing?
That's hysterical.
You had, oh God, there's so many things you have done. Let me see, because I really meant to look at some of these things. You're on the board of the Young Musicians Foundation.
I am.
And I'm very dear friends with the Richmonds. And
what a great group of people.
Oh, that is a wonderful organization.
It's a great group of people, and Edie Rugolo is the one who got me involved. I was singing at one. They had asked me to sing at one of the Young Musicians Foundation's events, and I sang the night that Carl Reiner broke his leg, and and he's written about it in his book, and he calls it Lainie's box, and because he fell over my speaker and broke his leg while I was on the stage.
Speaker.
Yeah, he fell over the monitor, and yeah, so but that was the evening that kind of sealed our relationship.
I've actually, I go to their things, and I enjoy that group very much. They do terrific. You know, so it's like I can't believe they're ready to give me this kind of stuff. And I didn't want to forget that you were 1997 Miss Queen of Brooklyn.
I was.
I think that's
with Tony LoBianchi. He was
in '97. That wasn't that long ago.
No.
And I won't even say what year, but I was Miss Shwangalaj. Remember those years? Oh, God. Those people out there that don't know. Now, there are people that would know what Miss Shwangalaj was and the Catskills. Did you ever sing up there?
I did, but my act was a little sophisticated for the Catskills, but I did I did Grow Singers, and we were very friendly.
I was married at
the
Concord.
Right, the Concord. I sang there. The first time I sang there, you know, they don't applaud with their hands.
No?
They have sticks with a little ball on them.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And you'd finish singing, and all of a sudden you'd hear thunder.
Yeah,
it was like,
right.
oh my God, what is that?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was their way of, you know, they were too tired from playing shuffleboard and eating. Oh God, and they serve. I had a friend who was a health nut, and he came up to the Catskills to see my show, and he orders like sprouts and things, and they're throwing these meat. You'll have a little roast beef, you'll have a little pot roast. You know, it was unbelievable. And then they take filetas. You know what filetas are?
No.
It's food for later.
For later. Oh,
they call it filetas. Yeah. Did you get your filetas?
It's like a cruise.
Yeah.
It's a cruise on land.
It's unbelievable.
But they're all gone now, aren't they?
They're all gone, but we were very friendly with the Kutchers.
Oh, yeah,
originally the Kutchers.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
Helen Kutcher has
Didn't
invited me back.
they have a play about them?
I don't believe so.
I think there was a play about the Catskills.
No, that was something at the Catskills, but no, that wasn't about them.
Okay.
No. But so I've always gone back up there. It's kind of sad because, you know, they really expected gambling to come up to that part of the country. And they didn't get it, and they overbuilt, and they started to expand, and it just never happened.
I cannot believe they're giving me this.
They're giving you
not that. This.
It's over,
but you'll have to come back. Because
I would be delighted to come
back. I have so enjoyed this. I really have.
Me too, Arlene.
And we will, I don't know, keep me on your good list.
I hope so.
I hope so, too. And you out there, folks, truly, I mean, when you see my best of shows, and I have people like this on, I mean, it's just not wonderful. She is so the epitome.
Oh, thank you.
And a sexy lady. And keep coming into my show, and I enjoyed having you here as usual, and wow, it's Arlene Peck.
The night is bitter, the stars have lost their glitter, the winds grow colder, suddenly you're older, and it's all